Hello, I'm Mbweha. You can call me Ben of Team Relentless, and this is the Playbook, where you can come to learn to do something in Star Wars Legion a little bit better than you did before, I hope. Today, we're talking about STDs. Wait, what?
But if you do touch each other, you will get chlamydia and die.
People really call them that? With a straight face? They do? I'm not calling them that. Today, we're talking about Super Tactical Droids. Super Tactical Droids have been a popular unit since their release in late 2021. In fact, in the Invader League 8 round robin, 36 out of 51 of the CIS lists took some sort of Super Tactical Droid, making them more popular than Regina George in 2004.
SF?
That's not the right movie, but you know what? It's close enough. Let's get started already with number 1. Kalani's so hot right now. Kalani is currently the most popular and best performing Super Tactical Droid. Remember how a second ago I said there were 36 Super Tac lists in the Invader League 8 round robin? Well, 21 of those lists were Kalani, and in fact, the only players who advanced to single eliminations using Super Tacs were Kalani players. But what's really interesting to see is that there was a huge variety of successful Kalani lists, and there was no standardized, you have to take this upgrade cards attached to the commander. Basically, Kalani is just a really great commander for any droid army. The combination of Strategize 2, AI Direct, and having 3 command slots is just
So fetch.
For me, it's Strategize 2 that really sets Kalani apart, generating 2 dodges and 2 aims at the cost of 1 action and a meaningless suppression is, dare I say, possibly a little too good. If you run Kalani, always be sure you have the order control to have him go before your aim-thirsty units like DSDs or Persuaders. In the first half of the game, he should just move and strategize. In the late game, it's not a bad idea for him to choose himself as a target for Strategize and have his second action be to make his Sharpshooter 2 Lethal 1 Blaster Rifle attack. But of course, that all depends on the objective you're playing and the board state at the time. Number 2, let's get Kraken. Kraken is the less strategic but more super of the named Super Tactical Droids. He still has Strategize, but it's just Strategize 1. He trains a command slot for a training upgrade, and all of his attacks, especially his melee attack, are noticeably better. That being said, I don't see really ever taking Kraken over Kalani, to be honest.
So sad.
Okay, the one exception would probably be in Skirmish, where it's a lot harder to justify 100 plus points on a unit that is built solely for support. In Skirmish, Kraken's ability to dabble as a support character but always provide reliable ranged and melee damage is pretty nice. Just remember to be careful when using Override, since Kraken is much more likely to be in a position where he's tanking more shots from your opponent, and there's a very real chance of him panicking.
Mom, can you pick me up? I'm scared.
Number 3, Super Basic. The basic Super Tac is an attempt to split the difference between Kalani and Kraken at a discount of 5 points.
That is so fetch.
However, the reality of the situation is that the generic version lacks the offensive oomph to really make it worth putting it into range of being shot by your opponent. So basically what you end up getting is Kalani Light.
I really want to lose 3 pounds.
So yeah, I'm sorry to say, but probably don't take the generic unless points get adjusted in the future or there's absolutely not somewhere else in your list where you could cut 5 points.
Gretchen, stop trying to make
Generic Super Tac
happen.
Number 4, Sweet Commands. Even if Super Tacs didn't come with additional command card options, they'd still be worth the points, especially Kalani. The fact that they also come with 3 more commands available to them pushes them from great to super. Let's go over the basic strategy tips for each card real quick. Do not underestimate our means is highly versatile and it will probably be used in one of the 3 following ways. Allowing you to deploy some of your key pieces after your opponent if that's useful. Think about on disarray or against a high activation list. Giving you some free weapon recovery. Think free recover on a spider droid or on the ordnance of a heavy. Or saving a few units from panicking. Think Kraken when he's used Override and tanked a few too many shots. Preservation Protocols is the perfect late game card to save your rear against any force user list or anything else that uses melee shenanigans. Note that Kalani and the generic's direct ability stacks with this, so you're able to give those dodges to 3 units, not just 2. And last, They Too Shall Suffer is a great card for disrupting your opponent's rhythm. Oddly, this is a 1-pip that I actually recommend you consider playing in the first half of the game. At first glance, you might just think of it as messing up your opponent's order control, which it certainly can do, of course, but its greater value is disrupting opponents' command cards that require face-up tokens, like Aiden's Tactical Strike or Jin's Complete the Mission. Just remember, it can't toss commander or operative tokens back in the bag. Number 5, use protection. I see what you do. Yep, we're full circle now with the STD gag. Are you proud of yourself that this is what you wrote?
Proud as I can be.
You shouldn't be. Right, so the key to playing the Super Tac is to keep it alive so it can keep doing its thing. And one of the best ways to accomplish that is by using Magnum Guard. Son of a gun was this episode written by Darth Jar Jar 420. So what I was trying to say before being sabotaged by the script was that you should pretty much always have at least one unit of Magnas near your Super Tac. Not only will they benefit from entourage, but they can save their fearless leader's life or whatever the droid equivalent of that is using Guardian. Rocket Magnas are probably the best choice for this because they can plink away at your opponent at range in the early game, and in the late game, dive in to secure objectives and lock other units in melee.
Cruel.
Bonus. Remember that just because nobody else has figured out how to make Kraken or the generic work really well doesn't mean that you shouldn't still try it. Innovation doesn't happen if we all just netlist. Remember that while the Super Tac commands are very good, there may be circumstances in which you drop one for order control reasons or because you have another commander or an operative that has their own great suite of command cards. Remember, you could throw a steamed leader on your Super Tac if you felt that you needed multiple methods of protection. See what you did there? I see that, yeah. Summary. Let's review. Number 1, Kalani is the best. Number 2, Kraken's okay in skirmish. Number 3, probably don't take the generic. Number 4, make good use of super command cards. And number 5, keep your Super Tac alive with Magna Guards. Now you know how to play the Super Tactical Droid better than you did before. I hope. If you liked the video, please prove it and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. I'm Mbweha, you can call me Ben of Team Relentless, and this has been the Playbook, Super Tactical Droid.